Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing good. And anyone who's been with us so far, I thoroughly enjoy being around y'all, talking with y'all, and if you're new here, this is Beyond Waking Realm, where we dive deep into games that hit different. Story, emotion, soul. If that's your vibe, I'd love for you to stick around. Drop a like, comment, or subscribe if you feel called to. And let's get into it. What do you even say about someone like Arlecchino? He wasn't just a boss fight. He wasn't even just a character. He was a performance. A mirror. A warning wrapped in velvet and poison. Arlecchino wore many masks, but none of them were fake. That's what made him dangerous. Every line he spoke was a riddle with teeth. Every gesture, a clue wrapped in sarcasm. Every laugh, just a little too hollow to be ignored. But beneath the theater, he knew what was happening in Krat. The experiments, the exploitation, the unraveling of humanity for the sake of power. And instead of screaming or weeping, he danced in it, mocked it, pushed it further, because deep down, I think he was already broken. Not born evil, but made into a monster by a world that didn't listen until you bled on stage. But here's what stuck with me most. When it was all over, when the curtain fell and his mask finally cracked, he didn't beg. He didn't lie. He just spoke. Honestly, quietly, like the noise in his head finally went silent, and for a split second, we saw him. Arlecchino wasn't just an actor. He was the last person in Krat trying to make the audience feel something. And maybe that's why he hated the world so much. Not because he hated it, but because there's nothing in this world that made him any more happier than just killing people just for the sake of art. Because he gave everything to the show, and the world clapped for the wrong parts. At least in this world. He reminded me that madness often comes dressed in clarity. That the ones we call fools are often the only ones telling the truth. We are meant to, and I'm supposed to hate him, but I thoroughly, even in the base game, enjoyed him as a person because I've always been more of an anti-hero mindset personality. I was more drawn to them instead of like heroes and villains because they're so not one-dimensional. It was so many layers. And how much I really truly understood him. Because I've also felt like a performer. A puppet dancing for people who aren't really watching. Wearing smiles that don't quite fit. Speaking truths in ways that no one wants to hear. But Arlecchino? He didn't censor himself. He used every weapon he had. Laughter, irony, mockery, beauty, and chaos. To tell us something, to ask one final question. If we're all pretending, what makes me the monster and not you? And then Leia's voice breaks through, and we know it's over. Not just the fight, but just the illusion. After that, it was quiet. A strange silence for someone who made so much noise, and I felt it. Not relief, not triumph, but loss. Because even though he stood against us, he also tried to wake us up. To scream, look at what this world has become. To dance over the graves of those who thought they were gods. And maybe, in his own way, he wanted to be remembered. Not for what he did, all the beautiful arts and blood, but for why. So Arlecchino, this is your curtain call. Not with applause, but with understanding. Look at my boy P. Ooh, attention to details of my boy Bloody. Arlecchino proud. You weren't just a jester. You were the last voice in a broken opera, laughing until the end. So we wouldn't forget what silence costs. And with that, the audience and us, the realm bids you adieu. Arlecchino, say hello and goodbye to your beautiful people, and stay true to yourselves. Until next time.